Hello. In this lecture, we will discuss simple harmonic motion and in simple harmonic motion, how to form equation of SHM. Now, the objective of the lecture is derive the equation of position and velocity of a particle performing SHM. So, as you can see here, we have an object. This is the object. It started from x is equal to 0, but at time t is equal to 0, when we started observing it, it was located at x is equal to 0. The velocity of the particle at this instant t0 is u. We want to write the expressions for the displacement of the particle or the position of the particle at time t is equal to t, which is x, and we also want to find what is the velocity of the particle at this instant t is equal to t. So before we start deriving it, we should be aware of the conditions for SHM. So the condition for SHM which we are aware of is acceleration A is equal to minus omega square x. The other condition is force F is equal to minus kx, right? So simply writing this acceleration A as, what is A? It is the acceleration, x is the position of the particle, omega is obviously the angular frequency, and A is acceleration. So since we know that what are the terms involved here, we have acceleration A, omega is angular frequency, and x is the position of the particle, right? Now let's write this A as, this A can be written as dv by dt. This is equal to minus omega square x, right? Now we have three variables here. V is a variable, t is a variable, and of course x is a variable. So let's write this expression in terms of v and x only. So to write in that form, we have to multiply and divide the given expression by dx. So it is dx by dx multiplied by dv by dt is equal to minus omega square x. This gives us, this dx by dt becomes v. So it is v dv is equal to minus omega square x dx. Now integrating the values or the variables, at x is equal to x naught, the velocity of the particle was u, and at x is equal to x, the velocity of the particle is v. On applying the integration formula and integrating it within proper limits, we get v square by 2 u to v is equal to minus omega square x square by 2 x naught to x. This 2 cancels out from either of the sides. We are left with v square minus u square is equal to omega square x naught square minus x square. On rearranging it, we have v square is equal to omega square x naught square plus u square by omega square minus omega square x square. This is a constant term. Let's call this term as a square. We will discuss what is this a. It becomes v square is equal to omega square a square minus x square. Or we get the value of a square is, we have written it as omega square, or value of a square is written as x naught square plus u square upon omega square. Okay. Now a will be written as x naught square plus u square by omega square power 1 by 2. So we have this velocity v as omega root of a square minus x square. Now this is the velocity of the particle which is performing simple harmonic motion about its mean position. Now let's see, when does the velocity v become 0? Velocity v becomes 0 only when x is equal to a. So we can say that a is nothing but the maximum displacement of the particle, from its mean position. Okay, there is a special term to it. We call this as amplitude, because we know that when the displacement is maximum, then only the velocity of the particle performing SHM becomes 0. So remember this expression as well, that the amplitude is given as x naught square plus u square upon omega square, the root of it. Okay, this is one of the most important expressions. Please remember it. Now we want to find the expression for x. We want to find x, that is the position of the particle, as a function of time t. This is what we intend to find. So writing v as dx by dt. This is equal to omega under root of a square minus x square. So separating the variables, we have dx upon root of a square minus x square is equal to omega dt. Now in the integrating the two equations, we have from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t. The x will be varying from x is equal to x naught to x is equal to x. This term is a standard integration. We will do it as well, but as of now I am writing the result directly. It gives us sine inverse of x by a. The limits will be from x naught to x. Here the integration will be omega t on applying the proper limits. Now on substituting the values, we have sine inverse of x by a minus sine inverse of x naught by a is equal to omega t. Okay, so now we have sine inverse of x by a is equal to omega t plus sine inverse of x naught by a. So on again rearranging it, we get x is equal to a sine omega t plus sine inverse of x naught by a. Now remember this term. This is a term which is dependent on the initial displacement of the particle, and the amplitude, again it is a constant. So we write this term as delta. So the value will be, x will be what? It will be a sine omega t plus delta. तो x की वैल्यू हो गई a sin ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा. यहाँ पे हर एक टर्म का अपना एक अलग मतलब होता है. क्या क्या है इसको देख लेते हैं. द डेल्टा इज नोन एज फेज कांस्टेंट. कांस्टेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि ये इनिशियल वैल्यूज पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. ओमेगा इज अगेन एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी. ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा, दिस टर्म इज नोन एज फेज और फेज एंगल भी बोलते हैं इसको. एंड ऑफ कोर्स ए इज द amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum displacement of the particle from its mean position. And what is x? X is the position of the particle at time t. So this is the position of the particle performing SHM. In this lecture, what we have learnt is the value of velocity v in terms of x. It was omega square root of a square minus x square. The value of amplitude a, it is root of x naught square, that is the initial position, plus the initial velocity, the square of it, divided by omega square, and the equation of a particle performing SHM, which is x is equal to a sine omega t plus delta. Okay, so this is what we have learnt in this particular lecture. Let's see the integration of dx upon under root of a square minus x square between x naught to x. Let's say x is equal to, let's substitute the value of x as a sine theta. So the value of dx will be what? We are just differentiating it. It is a cos theta d theta. On substituting the values, we have dx is a cos theta d theta divided by root of, it is a square minus a square sine square theta. This is equal to a cos theta d theta upon a cos theta. This will be integrated from x naught to, no, the limits will be from sine inverse of x naught by a to sine inverse of x by a. So here it will be, these two things, the values they cancel out. We get the integral of d theta as theta. The integration will be from sine inverse of x naught by a to sine inverse of x by a. On substituting the limits we get, it is sine inverse of x by a minus sine inverse of x naught upon a. So this is how we get the standard integral of dx upon root of a square minus x square. So please remember it, you can incorporate it. In the next lecture we will discuss how to solve problems related with these values.